Camelot 331 here, and oh my God, this message, damn it, this message is to Walmart. The guy named Walmart, he's a man. This is for you. What the Sam hell is going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't keep doing things the same way you're doing the things. This place has become an HR nightmare. It's outrageous, son. It's outrageous. Do you work there right now? Are you still alive? I'm shocked. I'm shocked as hell, man. Why don't you leave? What are you doing? I don't understand. I'm so sad. I can't even survive the night anymore. I'm going to tell you some shocking things here today, folks. Shocking things sent in by you. Oh my God. Okay, if you can make it through this video, I'm going to give you a golden star with my gooch on it. It's going to be beautiful as hell. I'm getting a manufacturer. I promise it's coming straight to your door. These stories are going to mess up your mind, man. You're not going to be able to sleep or eat. You're probably going to lose some weight. Depending on who you are, that might be great. All jokes aside, a lot of these stories are very, very serious. They're very serious. And if you were in this situation, or any of these situations, you need to go to somebody, you need to report it as fast as possible. And if it leads to your termination, well, hell, you don't need to be in that environment. Sue somebody. I don't know. Call the police, damn it. Call Jesus. Get his cell phone number. Before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, doodle. It's very damn important. Holy hell. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We're almost to 1 million subscribers in 5 years. We're close. You don't look at it though. First message. So I worked at Walmart when I was 16. That's a great age to work at Walmart. This is going to be a terrible story already. I liked the job okay, and some people were nice. Some of the managers were really, really irritable. No one took me seriously because of my age. One of the male managers referred to me as at the tasty ripe age. Oh, wow. Which made my skin shiver. Well, we had this one employee that was around 60. He was generally nice, but after some time passed, he would make strange comments to me. It's always the old dudes, man. Old dudes, for some reason, are creepy as hell, and they got balls, too. They don't give a damn. He would come through my line and check out his items he was getting for lunch and would constantly tell me that he was having trouble sleeping and said the only way to get some sleep would be if I slept in his bed with him. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I have a honey in my bed, it's easy to sleep as well. I don't really know. I haven't had a honey in my bed in a long time, but I know if I did, I feel like I'd feel happiness. Something I'm not very accustomed to. But I'm into more of the mature ladies, the ones that are my age. Holy hell. I was shocked. He started saying this more often and then would follow me around the store. I decided to complain to management, and they told me that he must be meaning something else, and Randall has been working at the store a long time, so we can't just terminate him based off of this. Damn it, Randall. Randall's been here a long time. He may touch your ass a little, but it's fine. He does that to everybody. It means hi in his language. I was so upset. It was my first job and I didn't know what to do, so I just tried to ignore it. It got to a breaking point when one day I was in the stall in the bathroom. Do I have to continue reading this? Can we just leave? Can we just leave? I want to leave. And I heard footsteps while I was in the stall. Then saw shoes in front of my stall. Someone started trying to open the door of the stall. I just panicked and screamed. Then I heard Randall's voice. He said he didn't think anyone was in there. What? Why are you in the female's restroom, son? He then left. I was shaken up. That night, he got in his car when I got off and followed me home. He parked out front of my house. My parents called the police, and I could see them talking to him out front of my house. I never went back to Walmart to work after that night. I went in there a few months later because my local Publix was closed, and he was still there. I couldn't believe it. I have never felt more unsafe than when I worked there. This guy followed her home, and her parents called the police. And you know what they did? The police told him to probably go home, and then they forgot about it, and that was the end of it. He could have cut her up in little pieces. It would have been a puzzle to get her back together for an open casket, which wouldn't have happened. You need to avoid old dudes that are following you home. Because they want to cut you up in little pieces. I've talked to plenty of old dudes. That's the first thing on their mind. I'll be like, what do you want for breakfast? And they're like, I just want to cut up a little girl. And I'm sure, what the hell, son? What the hell? Old white dude's crazy as hell, man. You got to stay away. Next message. When I worked at Walmart, I worked in produce. This one time I was in there and a large male employee cornered me so I couldn't pass him. He told me he would let me pass if I looked at his penis. Or kissed him. Just look at it. You ain't got to do nothing. Just look into its eye. I don't understand that mentality because I've heard things like this before. I get a lot of messages. I don't want anybody to see my junk. It looks terrible. It's real small. Looks like there's like a vein or two. Little hairs and stuff. No one wants to see no peen, son. No one. I'm honest. Maybe that's why it's a fetish, because it looks so terrible. Look at how terrible my junk looks. I screamed, then pulled out a pocket knife that I was always carrying on me. He backed off and called me a crazy bitch. Yeah, you the crazy one, apparently. Then I walked past him. I told management and they told me that there was no proof that it happened because we didn't have working cameras in there. They said he was a model employee, so nothing happened. I just avoided him for a few days until I found a different job. Never again, Walmart. Never again. So do you notice a pattern here? This is the pattern, okay? Walmart doesn't do anything about it. They would rather just keep their hands, clean of the whole situation and not have to be bothered by it and just tell people that they're crazy. Sounds like something that a victim shamer would do. They just tell you you're crazy and to forget about it, okay? That's not the right avenue. We should just look into it, man. Look into it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Next message. My worst Walmart story is this. I was working my line and minding my own business. This guy came through my line and bought some light bulbs. He then asked me when I got off, so I told him I don't know. He told me that he was going to wait, so he stood there for hours waiting for me to get off. I got a manager to come up there and confront him. She asked him how he was doing and if he needed help finding anything. He told her that he found everything he needed and just glared at me. That's damn terrifying. I was really upset and asked her to make him leave. She said she couldn't make him leave because he wasn't doing anything wrong. Yeah, apparently stalking a little girl at her line is definitely not doing anything wrong. Shocking. When I got off, I got one of the other male associates to walk me out, and that guy followed us out there. But when he saw the male employee following me, he just walked straight out of the parking lot. He don't even have a damn car. I saw him staring at me from the gas station, and I just took off as fast as I could. I haven't seen him since. I thought he was going to attack me. I'm just so glad I got the male associate to follow me out. That is terrifying, to just see a dude glaring at you from a gas station. It's kind of like a creepypasta or something. That's what I attribute it to. Creepy as hell pasta. Dude's gonna stab you in the damn face. And then what else? I don't know. I don't know, man. Why do people think that he can just stand there? Why do people think that if they find a pretty girl and or on the opposite end of the spectrum, a male, that they're just entitled to that person? No, it's not how that works. You gotta at least be like, hey, you want to go to dinner or something? And then when they say no, you gotta be like, okay. And then you move on. That's the end of it, man. Next message. So I was a department manager and had been working there for 2 years. There was this new assistant manager who was an older woman. She was extremely mean. Shocking. She would belittle people and say everything we were doing was wrong. She was a transfer from another store. Well, I am a 20-year-old male. I was working behind the counter at electronics and we were pretty slow that day. I noticed this assistant manager coming from the back towards me. I was like, great. What did I do now? She walked up and asked me how my day was. I responded. She asked if I could help her get something out of the lockup. I was okay with it, so I walked in the back with her. I unlocked the cage and we walked in, and as soon as we did, she pushed me up against the product and grabbed my crotch and just held it. God, I just stood there in shock. She said, "Are you sure you're 20? Whew, I guess creepy old ladies can also exist." I pushed her off and ran back to the front. A couple days later, I told another guy what happened, and he said the same thing happened to him. So we decided to complain and report it. We went to store management and our co-manager and told them what happened. They said they would immediately look into it. I felt so relieved. 2 days later, when me and that other associate that reported it went to work, we were told we were being terminated. I could not believe it. They gave us no reason. I then tried calling corporate and no one would listen to me. She never got in trouble from what I understand. Walmart is truly an evil place, which makes it less likely for people to report it when something happens to them, because nothing comes of it. Walmart's crazy as hell. Next message. I work the day shift most days with my male manager. One night we started talking and I gave him my Snapchat, just like I would have done with any other coworker. That's your first mistake. That's one thing I was adamant about. I did not add anybody on any social media at any of the job places I have ever worked, especially if they were my subordinate. Never. Ever, 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 ever. So I gave him my Snapchat just like I would any other coworker. That night, he sent me a dick pic and asked me to rate him. 0 out of 10, baby. Please tell me it's at least a 1. Knowing he had a tendency to drink, I shrugged it off and ignored my discomfort. 2 days later, as we were at work, he sent me a Snapchat that said, "I'm hard." God, I ignored it and tried to remain calm. The next day when I worked with him, I was zoning, and he told me we needed to go check something in the AD lounge. As soon as the door closed behind us, he crept towards me and asked, "Do you want to touch it?" Oh, God. I immediately ran into the front where there were a few dozen people. This went on for 6 months. What the hell? And I was too scared to tell anyone. I was promoted to supervisor after he quit this year, and I do my best to make sure none of my employees have to go through the same thing. There it is again. There it is again. Hey, would you just look at my junk and tell me what you think about it? I know it's ugly. It looks like a damn alien gave birth, but it's fine. How sexy is it? I don't understand that mentality from guys. Hey, you just want to see it? No! I don't. Every time I look in the mirror at my naked self, I throw up a little bit in my mouth, and I gotta swallow it, and it's real damn gross. It's all acidic and shit. All because my penis, went by the mirror. I'm terrified of the mirror, man. Next message. I worked AP for Walmart and saw all kinds of insane stuff. There would be employees just having sex in areas they thought there was no camera. Yes, this is my kind of story. I saw this probably monthly with new employees and some veterans getting roped in. Sometimes they got fired, sometimes they didn't. But this happens more than you know or would like to. The funny thing is that whenever there's a manager involved in something like this, they are usually better about hiding it, but we still catch them. The management is almost never fired because the stress of training someone new for that position. So management can pretty much sex up all the employees in the store and not get in trouble. We just don't report it. Maybe it's just my store, but I've seen this in different stores I've worked at. Don't know if you've ever heard this before. So when I was working for Walmart and I had several stores under my command, we would always check with the AP with every store, and we would go review cameras in every single store. And yes, I joked around with a few of the guys and got to know them a lot. And yeah, I heard this multiple times in different stores. I never actually saw the thing. I don't think they're going to actually just show me it because they'd probably be afraid for their job at that point. But yeah, they said, yeah, we've seen people, what did they say? It wasn't something cool like smashing pissers. It was like hanky-panky, which is what old people say. They were making some hanky-panky, baby. Not the pisser smashing. That's my favorite. Bumping ugly, something like that. Make it sexy, baby. You want to see my junk? Because apparently that's sexy as hell. Oh, Lord. You don't want to see mine. You don't want to see mine. Join my OnlyFans. You'll see terrible gooch pics. I don't actually have an OnlyFans. Everybody stop trying to make me make an OnlyFans. You don't want to see my balls, man. I'm just saying. Very gross. Walmart has a huge HR problem. And if something happens to you bad, you can't even report it because you're probably going to get fired and they're not going to do anything about it. That's a problem. All jokes aside, that's a problem they need to fix. They need to fix that damn thing now. Okay? Because a healthy work environment is what you need to be profitable and to be happy. And it seems like none of these businesses understand this. They're just like, yeah, you can touch asses. No, don't touch the asses, son. The asses are off limit. Unless you're at home. And the asses of somebody that you know. And they're okay with it. Mostly. So that's all I have today. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where you can also send me your messages. It's a good time. I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also a great ass time. And make sure you like this goofy ass video. And also, do me a favor. Get the hell on it. Diggity doggone it. Bye. DiMarzio pickups. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. You want to sound good? That's what you need to do.